Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today is a very special collab that I'm doing with Tammy Owen. Happy Art Creations, I think is the name of her channel, or maybe just Happy Art, I can't remember. I should have looked that up before I started. Sorry, Tammy. Anyhow, her and I are doing a collab today. We've been talking about this for a very long time, and we decided on doing embellishment to your paintings. So this painting I've had for quite a while. It was a swipe I did. I did use silicone, and I swiped with this dark blue, which I believe is a Prussian blue. And I really like it, but it just needs more. It's just not where I would be happy with it just to sell it like it is. It's a little muddled. It was when I first started learning how to do balloon kisses. And the flowers are good, but they're just not popping. So what I plan on doing is I'm going to do some skins, and I'm going to show you how I do that. I'm going to add some butterflies, because this is our birds to butterflies video. She's doing the birds, and I'm doing the butterflies. So I'm going to pour some butterflies to add to my flower garden here. And then I'm going to show you how to embellish with Posca markers. And probably some paint, because I want this to be a little bit more uniform up here. And I'm going to add to these flowers with the Posca pens and maybe some paint, brushing paint. I'm not sure yet. And then just, I'm going to go in and do details in this to pop the background, to give it some depth in the background. So this will be completely different painting when I'm done. So I just wanted to show you what I'm starting with here. And this is a 10 by 20 canvas. And I'm hoping it will be much more beautiful when I'm finished. So what we're going to do first is I'm going to show you how to do the skins. I found some sheets of, remember Shrinky Dinks? I used to teach art, and so I had a lot of art stuff left over. And we did Shrinky Dinks. And so I have this kind of heavy acetate sheet here. So I'm going to pour on that today. But you can use anything that has a shiny surface. I've even used like those little 4x4 canvases that I keep the plastic on them. So you're just pouring on the plastic, basically. So you could do that with any canvas you have that's still wrapped in the plastic. I am going to use my Bloom recipe today, which is my Glidden Premium, and I believe semi-gloss. Premium semi-gloss that I've mixed my pigments and paints with. And it is a base 3. And I mixed the pigments up a little bit with some polyacrylic to wet them. You can use any kind of varnish to wet them, just a little bit. My Glidden Premium is a really good consistency for the Bloom by itself. So I don't use a lot of varnish unless the paint is super thick. Then I'll thin it with the varnish. But that's my recipe. I just wet the pigment a little bit with the polyacrylic, and then I add about 3 or 4 parts of the base 3 Premium Semi-Gloss by Glidden. So that's my paint colors, and then I'm going to be using my Australian Floetrol, and I have 2 cell activators here. One is black and one is Prussian blue. I'm going to make blue butterflies and purple butterflies to go with that painting. I think that'll look really pretty. So let's get started. I am going to be doing a swipe. I may do some blowing too. I'm not really sure yet, but I'm just trying to get that butterfly wing effect. So I think the swipe will be better for that, but we'll see. I may end up doing some, not swiping. We'll see what happens. So I'm just going to put some base down here. You don't want to get it too thick when you're doing this, so just get some on there and then move it around. It's a little bit trickier on the acetate. You could use what do they call those? The plastic dividers, you know, that you buy for papers, you can use those too. So anything like that. I'm going to spin this because it's not moving good enough for me, and I don't want a lot of paint on there. And again, you're just using these as skins, so nothing has to be perfect. You're just trying to get some material to use for your butterflies, flowers, birds, whatever you're going to be using it for to cut out. All right, so let's put some paint down here. I've got 3 colors of blues. This one is, I believe, Rich Turquoise by Art Alchemy. And I think I'm just going to do it at the top here and pull down. I love that rich turquoise. It's very pretty. Oh, this other turquoise I picked is a cell activator actually, so maybe I'll just put down these 2 colors and then use that as a cell activator with the blue, the dark blue. So this color is Icy Blue, I believe. No, it's not. It's Blue Gold. I just picked colors today. I just grabbed what I thought looked pretty over there. Be careful when you're torching because this is plastic, so you don't want to melt that. All right, so let's put down some of this cell activator, which is Amsterdam turquoise blue. And then, oh, and I'm going to swipe with this. I'm not going to pour that on. I'm not pouring it on because I don't want it to sink. So I'm just going to put it right on the card. So I just use my stick and put some on there. You want to make sure that you have enough come down further on the card so that you have, when it pulls down, you have enough cell activator on there. Okay. So let's go top here and pull this down. See what we got. Yeah, that's good. I think I want to move the camera down a little bit for you guys so you can see the swiping better. There we go. I had it up so you could see the painting. Oh yeah, these are going to make really good butterfly wings. Make sure you're wiping your card off in between. My cell activator is always like a 3-to-1. I make my white cell activator a little bit thicker because I don't like the white to totally disappear and sink. Unless you want that, then you could make the white the same consistency. But so just nice and slow, steady swipe there for those. I don't know how many butterflies I'm going to do, but this should be plenty of skins to use. You can also embellish your skins. Something Tammy was telling me this morning on her video. She actually painted on top of her skins, and I thought that was a great idea. So I may be doing some of that because I like, you know, the dark here, and I may not have enough of that for down here, so I may paint in some of that Prussian blue for the wings. These are really pretty blues together. And remember, I've got that double cell activator in there. So that's causing more selling up. And I'm just going in with a smaller card. Just cut my card and I'm just going in and doing in between those. Okay, and then we're going to spin this out a little bit, just so we don't get cracking. Get some of that paint off of there. I'm going to tilt it first. Okay, let's give it a spin. And then I'm just going to set this sheet off somewhere to dry. It should take a couple days to dry. And I'll come back and show you what we do next. Okay, I think that's going to work. So we're just going to take that off of there. And I have a beautiful piece of skin to cut from. So lots of stuff to choose from there. So let's set that aside. Oh, that's got a really pretty shimmer, gold shimmer to it too, from that blue gold. I love that color too. Pretty sure, yeah, that's a Art Alchemy color also. And I just got paint all over my acetate sheet, but I've got plenty here. So. Okay, so we're going to move on to the purples. It took me a minute this morning to decide what color butterflies would go best. I originally was going to do orange because I was going to do a different canvas. This is really cool to, you know, I know all of you probably like me have thousands of paintings sitting around. And some you're just not completely happy with. And so, you know, I've shown you some ways in the past of reusing those canvases. And this is a good way to do that. This is another technique you can do to spice up something you're just not completely happy with. And I think the more time you spend on a painting, it just gives it that extra, the extra. Just makes it more complete, I think, and not just a background for something. All right. I mean, what, you know, you get lucky. You get some of those that just are beautiful on the first pour. Let's get some paint down. I'm not going to put as much this time. All right. Let's spin that out. My purples I'm using are Funk by TLP, which has become one of my absolutely favoriteest purples. It's like a fuchsia purple and it is so pretty. So I'm just hanging on to the acetate sheet and moving that paint. I think I might need a little bit more. Didn't quite get enough on there. All right. You can do this also for, you'd have to do a little bit thicker, but if you want to dip your cabochons for magnets or jewelry, you can do a sheet like this and then dip your cabochons from that so that you don't have to use a canvas. All right, I think I'm going to use the black cell activator with the purples. And so I've got Funk, I've got a silver, can't remember what silver that is. I just bought it. And then I've got a mixture of dioxazine and prism violet with a little bit of, let me see, I think I have you guys in here. That's better. I have a little bit of iridescent medium in there by Artist Loft, which I believe they quit making. I went and bought up all they had in my store when they had them on clearance. I think I might have left one there for somebody else. But yeah, I cleaned them out pretty good. So that's the dioxazine. This is Funk. Love that color. It dries really pretty and iridescent too. Has some color shifting properties in there. And this is my silver. Which kind of reminds me of a pearl white. It's pretty light silver. All right, and let's go in with the black cell activator. Just going to load up my card. I think I'm going to go sideways this time, just to cover more ground. I saw somebody, I can't remember who it was, using flashcards. And I thought, oh, that's a really good idea, because then you get a bigger swiping area. Okay, just want to make sure you guys were still in there. Get some paper towels down because I don't want to mix the blue with the purple. That is very pretty. Really happy with that. Oh, I'm excited. These are going to make really pretty butterflies. And I think it will be a really good, oh, I went the other way. Oh, well, forgot already. We'll make a really good addition to that painting, spice it up a bit. So go check out Tammy's video as she's doing the birds, and give her some love. She's a great person. I just love her. She does great stuff. We kind of connected because we do a lot of similar stuff. It's kind of amazing because we both did an embellishment painting for our last video, and we didn't even talk to each other about it. It just kind of happened. So pretty funny. Okay. Let's go in with the smaller card and get some of those channel areas. I didn't go all the way up here because I really like this section here, so. Okay. Good. Happy with that. Let's give that a tilt back that way. All right, let's get some of this paint off of here so it doesn't go flying everywhere. I'm just going to spin it lightly just to get those cells to move a little bit, get some paint off. My cake spinner I bought on Amazon. It's a metal cake spinner. I've got it covered with press and seal just to protect it. And it's funny because the press and seal has gotten, can you see that? It's gotten drips and drips and drips. And so it's really stiff now. But I like it because I can grab it. And it gives me a good area to spin, to grab and spin. And every so often I take it off and put a new piece down. But okay, I think we're good. Give it one more little spin. All right. So those are going to be my butterfly wings. Let's take that sheet off and show you up close. Okay. Put that down back here. And I think I don't need to do any blowing, I don't think. I think I'm good with just those two. That should give me enough butterfly wings, and I think that will look really good with the painting. So, on to the next step. Hey guys, had a little bit of an issue with the acetate sheets that I put the last pours on. And I decided to change my mind about what painting I'm going to use. So back to the drawing board. So I'm going to use, I have two paintings that I'm thinking could use some butterflies. So we're going to go for, but they have more reds and yellows and oranges and greens, and so I thought I would pour some orange butterfly wings. So I'm going to do an orange swipe. And just want to tell you guys that real quick. And I'll let you hang out while I swipe this real quick. Hopefully, yeah, you can see me. I was going to do a regular blow, but I really think for the butterfly wings, the lacing that you get with the swipe is better. So, because I think you get more black from it. So I'm just putting this on. I'm going to do two different things. I'm doing this tile, and then I'm going to do a regular file divider and try that and see if that works okay. Whew, I like what's going on so far there. That's going to be pretty butterfly wings. I just thought the monarch with the orange would be good. For the red, because I have red flowers on the ones that I'm thinking about using. And I have another one that I might use, the purple and blue ones that I did. Because even though they're stuck on that sheet, I can still cut those out and use them. I'll just have the backing on there, the plastic backing. It just makes them a little bit thicker, but that's okay. Okay, and I think I want to get those middles just in case, so that I'm not stuck to a certain size wing. So let me find my scissors and, whew. Okay. Just cutting up one of those cards. I also started to embellish that painting and realized that it's going to take a long time to embellish that painting to get it right. So I'm going to use one that's already, doesn't need really anything on the painting. I could embellish it a little bit, but all right, so let's spin that out. Let me get rid of some of this extra paint here first, so we don't have paint flying everywhere. One of the ways we figured out to control the paint flying, also the speed at which you spin also helps. Oh yeah, those are going to make beautiful butterfly wings. Now let's just hope they come off this tile. They have before, so. But it never fails when you're trying to do something specific. You know, if you're just in here playing around, everything comes out beautiful. But the minute you want something for a specific purpose, it doesn't seem to want to cooperate. So I'm going to leave that black alone because that is going to make a really pretty, you know, edge of the wing. So hopefully I'll be able to keep some of that black. All right, so let's put that one aside. And then I'm going to do another one on the sheet protector, just because I want to see how that one does as far as sticking goes. I don't have one of the ones that are thicker, I don't think. So I'm doing this on a thinner piece, but it should work. I don't see why not. I'm not going to do a huge swipe on this one. It's more about seeing if it works. So let's spread that out a little bit. For swipes, you don't want the base paint to be too thick. Okay. Let's put down, I'm going to do the same colors. Just so, again, I have enough. I think I might add a little bit of 24 karat gold in this one. Be careful with your yellow. Whenever you use yellow, it tends to take over. So just a little FYI. Gold too. Gold can take over too. So I'm always careful with how much gold I use. Let's get another card. Getting low on playing cards. To remember to buy some more. Or go hit my husband's poker stash. Next time he goes to play poker, he's not going to have enough cards. I think I told him that, though. Hopefully. So we'll have to get some more decks for that if he ever wants to play. Have people over and play poker again. Okay. I have one painting in mind in particular that I really like the painting, but I just feel like it's got a little bit too much negative space. So I think the butterflies will be great for that. All right. I'm going to put those aside and let them dry, and hopefully we'll be able to peel it off of there. I've just been putting them, I'm going to put this one over on my canvas that's a wrapped canvas. And that way it won't stick to it. All right, guys, I'll be back. Okay, guys, I'm back. This is the painting I decided to use. And I like this painting. I just feel like there's a lot of negative space, especially down here at the bottom. So I thought this would be a good one to add some butterflies to, since we already have the flowers and the stems. And so my skins that I did came off the tile nicely. I struggled a little bit, that's why I didn't film it, but as you can see, it's completely off, except for a little edge here. And what I do with that is I just take the X-Acto knife and run it across the edge, just like that. And that lifts up, or cuts an edge there, and then you can just get underneath that edge and peel it off. So I do that all the way around the 4 edges and then peel it off. But it doesn't always come off, you know, in one fell swoop. Like this one, I had trouble. So it wanted to rip in places. But for the most part, I got it off, and that's my skin. And I've already cut into it. Really pretty though. Got some yellow and gold. And all right, and then this one was on the acetate, or the file divider thing. And this one actually peeled off really nicely. So I'm just going to peel it the rest of the way off. That is so satisfying to do that. So this worked really well. The only issue I had with it is moving it. So make sure when you are swiping on it or doing a bloom, whatever you're going to do on it, make sure that it's already on a hard surface, because those are really flimsy and it was hard to move. So it got a little wonky when I moved it. I did another swipe here just to, because that part got really wonky, but I kind of like it for butterfly wings. I'm okay with the wonkiness, but yeah, if you're going to do that on a file folder divider, page cover thing, whatever you want to call those. Not really sure. Anyhow, we need to speed this along because this video is getting too long. I lost my train of thought. Oh, and here's my purple and blue sheets, which I've already cut some out of, and I'm just going to use those with already on the sheet because, like I told you before, they don't want to come off. I don't know what happened, but all right. So, oh, I know what I was going to say. When you're doing this, you don't have to do a bloom swipe. I don't know if I said that earlier. You can do just a regular swipe would work really well too. So keep that in mind. It doesn't have to be a bloom swipe or a bloom. Okay, so these are my butterflies I've cut out. I'm going to show you how I did that. I always have trouble when I'm doing butterflies with the other side of the wing. So I figured out how to get them pretty close to exact. And I'm going to show you how to do that. So here is my blue wing that I've cut out already. And what I do with it is lay it down somewhere that kind of matches what's going on. So I'm going to put it here, and I flip it over. So it's going to be opposite. And then just take your marker. I just have a Sharpie, and go around it. Whoops, I moved it. And if you get any marker left on your butterflies that you don't want, just put a little bit of alcohol on a paper towel. Will take it off. So don't worry about extra marker. Okay, so there's my wing, and then there's the opposite of that. So let's cut that out so I can show you. I know I put my scissors here. Here they are. I'm going to show you how well that opposite works. In these blues, I used that blue gold, and it's really shining pretty. I can't wait to get this piece varnished or resined. I'm having a little bit of trouble on these blooms that I'm doing with the varnish. I went to varnish one of them, and I guess because the pigments are so, in their raw form, it bled. So you have to be really careful when you're varnishing something, you don't ruin it. But I think what I'm going to do is okay, so where's my other wing? So there you go. You've got a full butterfly there, and it matches up pretty well. So that's an easy trick to making sure you don't, if you can get one, like I can usually draw one side really well, but to match it up to the other side is pretty hard. So there is that butterfly, and then I wanted to cut out this little butterfly that I drew on here, and that's going to be like a half butterfly. So I'm just going to cut that out. These skins, the skins that are just on tiles or on the acetate, these cut out super easy. The ones on the plastic sheet that won't peel off, those don't come off as easy. And if you're having trouble drawing your butterflies, I just looked up butterflies on Google, pictures of butterflies. So it just gave me ideas. I haven't done a lot of butterflies in a long time, so I used to paint murals, and I had to paint them on walls. So there's the little half butterfly, and I'm not sure where I'm going to put him yet, but let's get to gluing some of these down, and then I'll show you the embellishment that we're going to do. So I was thinking the big one, I think I want it up here to break up some of this. Part of this painting that I didn't like is that the stem is so thick. So I'm going to put this big one up here to kind of break up that a little bit. Oh yeah, she looks pretty. And I used oh, that's what I wanted to show you too. I used the cells in there to, go with the butterfly. Like I liked that little cell up top there for its head. But what I did here, I don't know if you can see that. Let me try and show you up close. Where I went in with the marker here up top to make it look more of like a monarch butterfly, and then down here at the bottom too. So all I did was come in with my Sharpie and mark off that border. And then as I went in, kind of took a, kind of follow the lines of your cells a little bit and take a chunk out of the tip there. And then when I went to color it in, I was leaving some circles of color because they have kind of specks in them. So kind of do that first. Where you want to leave the color, and then go in and color around those to darken it up. Okay, so you can draw and color and do markings right on top of these skins. Okay, and then down at the bottom, there's not going to be much down at the bottom here because this one's already pretty dark, but let's give it a little bit of darkness in there. Okay, so now they match up better. Pull that down a little bit. There. Okay. And I'm going to erase that line in there. I don't think I want that in there as much with my alcohol. All right, so I'm going to use Modge Podge. I have the gel gloss, I think. What is it called? Super Gloss. Yeah, Super Gloss. It's this one. But any of these Modge Podge products will work. You can also use just regular acrylic paint. I don't know if you guys have ever watched AB Creatives, but she just does, don't do that on your painting like I just did. Do it on something else. Anyhow, AB Creatives is the name of the channel. I cannot remember her name. I was supposed to look it up before I started, but she has been my inspiration. She does a lot of these, and she just uses regular acrylic paint on the back. So that's something you can do also. All right, so we're just going to lay that down. And you could use this too as a half butterfly if you wanted to. Just make that body more arched and then just add another wing up here, a little section. I wanted to do at least one dramatic big open butterfly on this piece. And I thought the oranges and blues would go really well. I do have the purple sheet also that I showed you. So I can use that at some other point. I have a couple other paintings I think could use some butterflies. So then I'm just going to put that down where I think it should go. And voila, we have a butterfly. I'm going to go in with black marker and give it some antenna and all of that. So let's do the blue butterfly. Actually, let's do this one because I'm not sure where. I want this blue one to be kind of here, close to the flower. And at the end, I will give you guys a close-up of all of this. Finished, so you can see when I... Okay. I need to get rid of some of that marker on that one too. And then the blue butterfly, the boo butterfly. And make sure you go check out Tammy's video. She's done a really pretty, she's doing the birds. And she did a really pretty painting and embellishment with her birds. So make sure you go check that out too. I will put the I'm trying to decide where I want to place this. I will put her link for her video in the description box, so you guys can go check that out. I wanted to kind of fill in some of this negative space here, and down here I want to put some more too. So is that where we want to put that? Does that look good there? Yeah, that looks good there. So let's stick that down. This one I'm going to have to add a body to. So it's fun doing the collab with Tammy. We've been talking about this for a long time. Tammy Owen. And so we came up with this video because we had both done one. and wanted to do more. It's fun to go through your paintings, you know, now if you've been pouring for, you know, 6 months to a year, and go through some of your other stuff, your older stuff, and see what you can do with it. To maybe it wasn't your most favorite pour, maybe there were parts of it you liked, but other parts you didn't like. So it's just fun to go through and see what, because you can cut these, you don't have to make skins. You can cut these right off of old paintings too. You can take one painting and cut it off the frame and put it onto another painting and cut it up. And it's just fabric. So you can, fabric with now plastic dried on it. So you can do anything you want with that. Okay, I want to do one more down here at the bottom. So that is not sticking. I must not have gotten enough Modge Podge on there. And be careful with your adhesives. You know, test them out first, because they don't always work on different surfaces. So let's see. You know what? I think that's good for now. I'm going to cut a body out, and just for the sake of not making this video horribly long. Let's cut. Do you see this black line there? I'm going to cut that out for the body. That blue butterfly, because he needs a body. So I will finish this up off camera, and then I will show you the finished, what it looks like finished. I'm just kind of cutting around. You know, you don't want it to be too stiff, so give that body some shape. Okay, and then I'm just going to stick that down right there. It just gives that butterfly a body. And then I will go in with either, oh, where is it? Come back. Okay. It doesn't want to stay. I keep touching it and it keeps moving. All right, so then I'll just go in with a black marker and give it some antenna. And there you go. Voila. Butterfly. It really does add to this piece. Really pretty. Okay, so that one's down. I need to cut a body for that one too. So I will do that off camera, and then I'll come back in and show you the finished results. So hopefully you guys like this video. Please like, share, and subscribe if you do, if you're not already subscribed. And I will come back and show you a close-up. Okay, so here is kind of the final. So that's the full view of it. I put that purple butterfly down in there. I'm not real sure about it. So I haven't glued it down, and I haven't put an antenna on it yet. So let me know what you guys think in the comments about the purple butterfly. I don't mind the shape of it, but I was thinking I probably should have flipped it the other way, just to give a little bit more balance. And by the way, this is a bloom swipe. I swiped the stem, and then the flowers are bloom with the bloom recipe, just blown out. So there's that cute little orange butterfly. Got a body on him and some lines in there. And then the little blue one. And then the big orange one. So there you go. I think that added to the piece, which is what you want to do with embellishments. You don't want them to take over. You just want to add some interest and depth to your pieces. So I feel like I did that with this one. And I have lots of skins left over for other You can see there's my cup of coffee for other projects. And so I just hang on to those and little pieces and everything. And I'll use them for a different project. So there you go, guys. Have a great day and a week, and hopefully I'll see you next week sometime for another video. Take care. Bye-bye.